Jeff, thank you. Let's bring in Terry Schilling, president of the American Principles Project. Terry, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. So Jeff read that part of the song. I want to play that part of the song, and we'll get your take on this. Watch.
God, if you're 5'3" and you're 300 pounds, taxes ought not to pay for your bags of fudge rounds. Young men are putting themselves 6 feet in the ground, 'cause all this damn country does is keep on kicking them down.
Of course, now being called fat-phobic, as Jeff mentioned, and the Rolling Stone called it a right-wing screed. Your thoughts?
Well, thanks for having me, Trace. Love coming on. I think the reason that this song is resonating so well with the American people is because it's the first country music song in quite some time that didn't originate in Nashville. Country music and Inc. and the Country Music Awards, they're more concerned about drag shows and putting those all over the Country Music Awards than they are about appealing to everyday working class Americans that love their country and are sick and tired of the corruption in Washington, D.C. that is keeping us down. The problem with this country is rich men north of Richmond.
Yeah, it's interesting. I want to move on now to Disney because, Disney's always doing something crazy. The star of the new Snow White, Rachel Zegler, spent last year trashing the old Snow White. Here she is. Watch.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story. With a guy who literally stalks her. Yeah. Weird. Super weird. So we didn't do that this time.
So Matt Walsh followed up with this, quoting, Disney is trying a really interesting marketing strategy where the star of the new show, Snow White, spends a year before the movie's release publicly talking about how much she despises Snow White. Disney has made a few missteps over the past few years, Terry.
No, they have, Trace. Look, they've ruined Buzz Lightyear. They managed to ruin Indiana Jones, right? One of the all-time greatest movie series of all time. Yeah. They are trying to wokeify their entire company. And here's what's really tragic about it, Trace, is that there are senior citizens, there are retired people that have Disney stock in their portfolio that they rely on to pay them and make sure they can keep a roof on their head. And Disney's doing everything they can to destroy their company and take away all their profits. It should be criminal.
Yeah, I've got about 30 seconds left. Just want to get your take on this. I don't have any time to play the sound, but this back and forth between Michael Orr, the professional football player, star of The Blind Side, or the story of The Blind Side, and the Toohey family, and whether he was adopted and now he's going after them for money, and they're saying this is all wrong. What do you make of this story? About 15 seconds left on this, Terry.
Look, I think America would be a lot better off if we just focused on being grateful for the people in our lives and not dividing our families right down the middle. This is absolutely tragic on all ends. We just need to be grateful for what people have done for us and focus on that instead of all the negative stuff.
Yeah. Terry Schilling, great to have you on as always. Thank you, sir.